आपको है issue, right? So shall we do that activity? I wanted she should also be here because she demanded. So ma'am, please for half an hour or 1 hour, if you can make it a mandate in the class that we can practice it. आपको है मतलब on ठीक है, आपको भी है ना? ठीक है, okay. So what we can do is Tanishka, Ishan and Pankaj. Okay, so we can discuss this कि हम लोगों को कब करना है. आप बताइए what is a good time to start that? कब कंफर्टेबल है आप लोग? तो मंडे करना है, अभी करना है? मंडे आप लिख लोगे, ठीक है, ओके. Okay, I want you to make me revise what we did yesterday. रेस्ट कितना समझ में आया आप लोगों को? हाउ मच इट वाज क्लियर टू एवरीवन? बताइए कितना क्लियर हुआ कल? ऑनलाइन स्टूडेंट्स आप भी और आप भी पूरा? पीयूष आपको क्या हो गया था? ऑनलाइन का ज्यादा कल था इशू, एक्चुअली इंटरनेट का इशू था कल. आपकी साइड से था या यहाँ से? अच्छा, आपके साइड से. आई थिंक डब्ल्यू में बहुत इशू था. देयर इज अनदर the building that we have, so where I was taking the class, so there was a lot of internet issue. Okay, no problem. Right, so once we have done the western coastal plain, we have done the eastern coastal plain. Today, what is the difference between western and eastern coastal plain? क्या डिफरेंस है? पहले विथ का डिफरेंस है. पहले आप मुझे रिवाइज करवाइए कि क्या क्या पार्ट्स हमने किया है, कितना लिखा है. कोई बात नहीं, जो छूटा कोई बात नहीं, पर पॉइंट जब तक आप रिवाइज नहीं करेंगे लिंक नहीं बैठेगा क्लास में, बिकॉज विद इन 24 आवर्स वी फॉरगेट व्हाट वी हैव डन 24 आवर्स पहले. तो ये इंपॉर्टेंट है कि हम 5-10 मिनट्स पहले रिवाइज करें एंड देन वी शुड स्टार्ट. तनिष्का, एवरीवन प्लीज स्टार्ट टेलिंग मी क्विक. 5-10 मिनट्स में हम पूरा रिकैप्चुलेशन कर लेंगे. बताइए. गुजरात को जस्ट मिनट. हाँ, कीप ऑन सेइंग, आई कैन हियर यू. बोलिए. और कॉन्कन, वेरी गुड. स्टेप बाय स्टेप चलिए. राइट, फर्स्ट इज गुजरात. व्हाट आर द एट्रीब्यूट्स, कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स दैट वी हैव डन?
Ma'am, it is deposition of alluvial, alluviation we can say, and fluvial sediments deposition.
Good. And इतना सब कुछ किया था हमने.
Formation of
and you guys are coming up with
Peninsula
only
and
this
run
much of explanation. Entire time to ask, my throat was paining, but this is the result. हाँ, तो मैंने बहुत एक्सटेंसिवली कराया इसलिए भी, बिकॉज एक एक चीज आपको पता, क्योंकि छोटी छोटी चीजें. फॉर एग्जाम्पल कयाल्स, राइट? कल आप लोग बहुत डिस्कशन चल रहा था क्लास में, मैम कयाक्स है, कयाल्स है. मैंने देन आई टोल्ड यू कि आपको दोनों के बारे में लिखना है. एंड द मोमेंट इट विल कम इन इंडियन ज्योग्राफी पेपर, देन यू विल से मैम ये तो हुआ ही नहीं क्लास में. So that is why I am focusing on small things, क्योंकि यही चीज आपको फिर वहां पे जाके इशू नहीं होगा कि इसको कैसे हमें कवर अप करना है. बताइए. ठीक है, और बताइए. पहले यू हैव टू डिस्कस अबाउट दिस वेस्टर्न कोस्टल, गुजरात कोस्ट. गुजरात कोस्ट के बाद क्या है आपका? वेस्टर्न कोस्टल प्लेन्स में क्या? दिस इज योर कोंकण, उसके बाद कर्नाटका coast, and then Malabar. This is what we had. Then what is the description that you have written of Konkan, Karnataka and Malabar? Konkan का क्या description है? जितना भी पता है अभी तक वही बता दो. मैं डेली क्लास में ना टेस्ट ले लूंगी 15 मिनट्स स्टार्टिंग के.
Ma'am, Konkan is the northern
You
part
guys are
of
not at all paying attention कि किसी कैसे रिवाइज करना है चीजों को. बंडल हो जाएगा and then you won't be able to catch it up. And I'm not kidding. मेरी जो दूसरी क्लास है विच हैपन्स इन द मॉर्निंग 3 आवर्स की जो होती है बैक टू बैक एक ही क्लास में होता है, तो उनको मैंने मोटिवेशन दे आवाज में हम पढ़ेंगे बस प्लीज टॉक टू अस फॉर 5 मिनट्स. उनका ये डिमांड रहता है कि प्लीज कॉन्टिन्यूसली मत पढ़ो, बीच में 5-5 मिनट आप हमसे कोई भी बात करो. तो आपका क्या मोटिवेशन है आप मुझे ये बता दीजिए. दैट वे आई विल हैंडल द क्लास. टेल मी. यस यस तनिष्का यू आर ऑडिबल. टेल मी. चलिए कोंकण कोस्ट क्या है आपका? It is here. What is the description that we have written of Konkan coast? 530 kilometers. 50 kilometers वाइड. अब मुझे आप ये बताइए कौन सी सबसे ज्यादा विथ है, किसकी विथ है, कोंकण की, कर्नाटक की या मालाबार की? हाँ, किसकी सबसे ज्यादा विथ है? गलत बोल रहे हो. सबसे पतला कौन सा है? कर्नाटका. ठीक है, उसके बाद ये कौन सा है? दिस इज कोंकण एंड दिस इज मालाबार. ठीक है, सबसे पतला कौन सा है? दिस वन. वेयर इज पालाघाट? वी हैव डन यस्टरडे आल्सो. रिवाइज करके आना आप सब कुछ. मंडे को वी विल डिस्कस दिस. आगे टॉपिक स्टार्ट करते हैं. ठीक है, सैटरडे संडे यू हैव प्लीज रिवाइज. टेक टाइम रिवाइज. आपको भी अच्छा लगेगा वरना डिमोटिवेट हो जाओगे. लिखिए ईस्टर्न कोस्टल प्लेन लिखो, इधर वेस्टर्न कोस्टल प्लेन. अब हम डिफरेंसेस लिख रहे हैं दोनों में, ईस्टर्न में और वेस्टर्न में. राइट, राइट डाउन. सबसे पहले फीचर में लिखेंगे लोकेशन. सबसे पहले फीचर में लिखोगे लोकेशन. लोकेशन में क्या लिखोगे आप? लोकेशन में क्या लिखोगे? राइट डाउन. इन ईस्टर्न कोस्टल प्लेन राइट डाउन. It is located between, that you know, that is very obvious. It is located between Eastern Ghats and Bay of Bengal. It is located between Eastern Ghats and Bay of Bengal. ठीक है. नेक्स्ट लिखेंगे वेस्टर्न कोस्टल प्लेन्स. लोकेटेड बिटवीन Western Ghats and Arabian Sea. Normal location that everybody knows that. उसके बाद आप टाइप लिखेंगे विथ एंड टोपोग्राफी. फीचर लिखेंगे विथ एंड टोपोग्राफी. Width and topography. Write down. The eastern plains are broader and flatter. Eastern plains, this is your eastern plains, huh? If somebody is having confusion, this is your eastern plains. And this is your western. Write down the topography. Broader and flatter with gentle slopes. Broader and flatter with gentle slopes. So eastern coastal plain is broader rather than western. Okay. Now write down narrower and rugged. ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है फॉर द प्रीलिम्स. narrower and rugged, with cliffs and rocky beaches, with cliffs and rocky beaches, with cliffs and rocky beaches, rocky beaches. Right. Next, looking at deltas. Can you tell me how deltas are formed in eastern or western? Do we have the deltas present in the western coastal plain? Not much. Very good. In eastern coastal plain, yes, we have the biggest deltas of India, which is Sundarban Delta. Write down, and formed by the Ganga Brahmaputra river. Write down deltas. All right. What is happening? इतना लेट क्या हो रहा है? अच्छा वेट थी क्यों? अच्छा ओके इस वजह से लिखिए राइट डाउन डेल्टास में लिखिए फॉर्म्ड बाय लार्ज कॉमा वेल डेवलप्ड formed by large well developed comma well developed formed by large well developed deltas of rivers like Mahanadi, Krishna, Kaveri and Godavari. Mahanadi, Krishna, Kaveri and Godavari. Settle down. We have not done much. Okay, difference बना लीजिए and write down feature first and then start mentioning. इस तरह से you can draw. Write down feature, then write down eastern plains and then coast western plains. And then we have done location. You can write the location within topography, and then next feature is deltas. Write down next less fertile and more infertile. Oh sorry, wait. Lack significant deltas. इसमें लिखेंगे they lack. किसकी बात हो रही है? Western की. They lack significant delta.
Ma'am,
They
could you
lack
please repeat of
significant
eastern
deltas.
plains?
Somebody saying, Tanishka, can you just put it in the comment box, whatever you're saying, because you're not, your voice is not that much audible. Okay? Lack significant delta due to short, comma, fast flowing rivers. Due to short, comma, fast flowing rivers. Short, comma, fast flowing rivers that flows into the sea. That flows into the sea. Deltas, ma'am, could you please repeat the eastern plains delta wala part? Yes, Tanishka. So see, it is formed in eastern parts. You have to write formed by large, well-developed river system, because you know that Krishna, Kaveri, Godavari, we have these kind of rivers present there, and they do form deltas, major deltas. And apart from that, the deltas which are present there, that's why we have the cultivation of rice, etc. in Andhra Pradesh and different parts of the Odisha in a very abundant manner, right? But as compared to the western coastal plain, it is not that much. It is developed. Western coastal plains में deltas are not that developed. ठीक है? Is it clear, Tanishka? So write down in this lack significant delta due to short, fast flowing rivers. Next feature लिखेंगे fertility and agriculture. Fertility and agriculture. Can you tell me which part is more fertile? Eastern. Very good. Fertile लिखेंगे. Fertile लिखेंगे. And then write down. Eastern part is more fertile. Write down. Eastern part, eastern plains with broad, comma, flat land. Eastern plains eastern plains with broad comma flat land, with broad comma flat land, broad comma flat land, and rich alluvial soils, and rich alluvial soil, comma, suitable for growing suitable for growing rice and other crops, suitable for growing rice and other crops, rice and other crops. Next point, I mean in western you can write less fertile and more infertile compared to east, less fertile and more infertile compared to east. Write down in eastern coastal plains, coastline के बारे में लिखेंगे. Your next feature is coastline. The feature is coastline, and then you can write a description of eastern and western. Here you can write eastern, and here you can write western. Write down eastern coastal plains are emergent type of coastal plains. They are emergent type of coastal plain. They are emergent type of coastal plain. While your western coastal plains, are submerged coastal plain. They are submerged coastal plain. SUBMERGED. They are submerged coastal plain. Okay, one is your emerged coastal plain, the other one is your submerged. Which one is your emerged coastal plain? Your eastern coastal plain is emerged, important for your prelims also. The right one is your emerged coastal plain, the left one is your submerged coastal plain. तो emergence क्या है? What do you mean by emergence? क्यों आता है emergence? क्यों होता है? Why the emergence happen? Why the हाँ करेक्ट. कल मैंने आपको एक्सप्लेन भी किया था कि आपका जो कोस्टल लाइंस है, जो कॉन्टिनेंटल शेल्फ है, विच स्टार्ट्स व्हाट इमर्जिंग, विजिबल होने लगता है, एंड दैट्स हाउ यू गेट व्हाट द ब्रॉडर व्हाट लाइन कोस्ट लाइंस. एंड वेस्ट साइड में क्या होगा, अगर सबमर्ज हो जाएगा, जो कॉन्टिनेंटल शेल्फ दिख भी रहा होगा वो क्या हो जाएगा, सबमर्ज हो जाएगा. वेरी गुड. नाउ नेचुरल पोर्ट्स आपको कहाँ मिलेंगे? मिलते तो पोर्ट्स दोनों जगह है, पर कहाँ पे ज्यादा मिलेंगे? वेस्टर्न में. वेरी गुड. राइट डाउन वेस्टर्न में they have numerous natural ports. They have numerous natural ports. क्यों वहाँ पे natural ports ज्यादा हैं? How do you define ports? मतलब ports के होने के लिए क्या क्या आपके features which is required? And what is the very good depth is required. Deep water is required. So when they will have the submergence, then only they will have the deep water. But they do not have that much of deep water. Your Indian coastline is not having a quite deep water. What they are having is they are having only 15 to 20 meter deep. But this is not enough for the big ships to what? Huh? Yes, to dock here, right? To park their ships. This is not that deep. So what we do? We take this to Hambantota port, which is in Sri Lanka, or we take a help of Singapore, right? These are two places where we take our shipment, right? Therefore, what we want, we are making this Gandaman Nicobar, this Great Nicobar project only because that is also one of the reason. Not only, this is also one of the reason we want that जो depth है वहाँ का वो 25 to 30 meter है, and with such a depth we won't have to depend anymore on the Hambantota and different ports for our shipment. ठीक है, समझ में आया है बात? So depth important है. Next is your this part, write down eastern part is divided into northern circars. Spelling is CIRCARS. Northern circars. It is divided into northern circars and Coromandel coast and Coromandel coast. It is divided into northern Sicars and Coromandel coast. और वेस्टर्न का लिखेंगे, वेस्टर्न का लिखेंगे, they are divided into Konkan coast, comma, Karavali coast and Malabar coast. Konkan coast, Karavali coast and Malabar coast and Malabar coast. How many physical features, physiographical features we have done so far? Mountains done, your coastal plains done, then plateaus done, peninsular plateau, then what else? Huh? Three we have done. So next we'll do what? Your northern plains, and then we'll do your islands. Now write down the Great Plains of India. See, ये 5 ही तो हुए. We are talking about 6. अच्छा, deserts are also left. Right. Write down the Great Plains of India. Write down the Great Plains of India. How the plains are formed? ये मुझे description जानना है सबसे कि how do you think the plains are formed? Very good. River deposition, siltation through the river coming there and depositing, easy enough to understand by everyone. So these are what? These are younger or these are older than Himalayas? Obviously younger, and the younger of all of the physiographic features that we have so far. Is it? If we talk about Peninsular Plateau, if I talk about Andamans, if I talk, yes, it is. Northern plains are still, they are in making only. They are still what? They're depositing, the silts are still coming. So they are what? The most recent one. If I talk about the time period, they are the most youngest one. Now write down the description. The Great Plains of India, the Great Plains of India lies to the south of Shivaliks, lies to the south of Shivaliks, separated by Himalayan front fault, separated by Himalayan front fault, and you will underline this, Himalayan front fault. Full stop. It is a transitional zone. It is a transitional zone. It is a transitional zone between Himalaya of the north, between Himalayas of the north and Peninsular India of the south, and Peninsular India of the south. Full stop. It is an aggradational, spelling is Aggradational, aggradational plane formed by, it's an aggradational plane formed by alluvial deposits, alluvial deposits of the Indus, Ganga, Brahmaputra, Indus, Ganga, Brahmaputra, Indus, Ganga, Brahmaputra, and its tributary, Full stop. The plain stretches for about 2,400 kilometers. The plain stretches through about 2,400 kilometers. This is the length. From west to east, full stop. It has varying width. It has varying width, comma 90 to 100 kilometer in Assam. 90 to 100 किलोमीटर इन असम. असम में कितना विड्थ है? 90 to 100 किलोमीटर. 160 किलोमीटर नियर झारखंड. 160 kilometer near Jharkhand, 200 kilometer in Bihar, 280 kilometer in Allahabad, and 500 kilometer in Punjab. If I make a statement like this, that the width of the plains increases from as one moves from east to west, how fair it would be? It is increasing. Is it true? Correct? And vice versa is also true. For example, if I say the width of the plains is decreases as one moves from west to east, that is also true. So दोनों purpose से दोनों point of view से that is fine, right? So now write down. The Great Plains of India consist largely of alluvial deposits. The plains consist largely of alluvial deposits. Brought down by rivers. Brought down by rivers. Originating in Himalayas. Originating in Himalayas. Originating in Himalayas and peninsular region. Write down. They are remarkably homogeneous. With little variation in relief features. They are remarkably homogeneous with little variation in relief features for 100 of kilometers. Full stop. Full stop. Changing river courses in the areas of frequent floods. Changing river courses in the areas of frequent floods is a unique geomorphic process. In the plains. Why the courses of the river is changing? They change the direction. So what is happening? Why the direction of this is changing here? Volume of the water is high. So, and also this, which stage it is of rivers? Young towards mature, young to mature. That is why also they are changing. और old में होते तो speed ही उतनी कम होती that they would have not changed. So old में नहीं होगा. That is also one of the fact you should know. So this is the time that they are young and mature, and in that stage only they are changing their courses. Done. So this is important. Next is Now write down origin of the Great Plains of India. How they have been originated. Although we do this part in geomorphology also, but it is important that you should have an idea in Indian geography as well. Write down origin of the Great Plains of India. Origin of Great Plains in India. Origin of Great Plains in India. Write down. There is no unanimity amongst the geologists. There is no unanimity. Spelling is UNANIMITY. There is no unanimity amongst the geologists about the origin of Great Plains of India. We will brief down, write down, we will brief down some of the viewpoints of scholars for Great Plains. First लिखेंगे elevation of Fort Dip. This is one viewpoint. Elevation, spelling is this. Elevation of Fort Dip. This is first point. Write down. According to Edward Swiss, where you have heard the name of Edward Swiss apart from here? Haan. Very good. Write down. According to Edward Swiss, according to Edward Swiss, according to Edward Swiss, write down, comma, an eminent Austrian geologist, an eminent Austrian geologist, comma, a 4D was formed, a 4, F-O-R-E, a 4D was formed, a 4D was formed in front of the high crust waves, in front of the high crust waves of the Himalaya, full stop. This 4D was like a large synclinorium. Syncline, anticline आपको समझ सकते हैं आप लोग? This is called what? This is called your anticline. This is called your syncline. ठीक है? उसी से derive है. Please write down. This 4D was like a large synclinorium. SYNCLINORIUM. ब्रैकेट में लिखेंगे a large syncline with synclorium का मीनिंग लिख रहे हैं. Please write down in bracket. A large syncline with number of small anticlines and synclines. With number of small anticlines and synclines. Owing to the unevenness of its bottom. According to him, elevation of Fort Dip FOREDEEP. Elevation of foredeep led to formation of Great Plains by the rivers. Great Plains by the river. Comma, descending from Himalayan region. Descending from Himalayan region. Now, people who are having confusion, what is foredeep? You can write a definition of foredeep and then I'll explain you. A foredeep is an elongated sedimentary basin. A foredeep is an elongated sedimentary basin located between mountain chains. Located between mountain chains and a stable craton, CRATON. ब्रैकेट में लिखेंगे a continental block. See, this is a disclaimer for everyone. If in case you could not understand this whole part, so this is basically you have to understand in geomorphology. ये craton क्या है, everything, your sedimentary basin, ये सब आप कहाँ पे पढ़ते हैं? You study in your geomorphology, and geomorphology is a part which takes almost 1 month. It's not an easy part, first of all, and second, it has to be done in a way that आपको एक 5 minutes से 10 minutes में नहीं समझ आएगा. अगर नहीं समझ आए तो do not get this thing कि oh, this is important. This is just I am telling you because formation I thought that we should discuss it here. तो मैं आपको short form में बताऊंगी. What is this? This is a sedimentary basin. Basin means what? A kind of a, have you seen a bowl? Right, it's a basin is what? Huh? A shallow, right, a deep hollow area, right? And if I say in this deep hollow area, for example, this is a Himalayan front fault line we are talking about, and some basins were formed like this, and these basins would have been filled by the siltation which has been carried by the rivers and filled like that. How fair it would have been by the Edward Swiss to say this. Kitna fair hota? I mean to say that this is a sedimentary basin, right? It is hollow, right? And I have to fill it with something. I have to fill it with silts. Who is bringing that silt? Rivers. How they are bringing? Through the Himalayas, through the glaciers, and they are filling it up, right? And then they are making what? A fertile land, plain. ये बात समझ में आ रही है सबको? That is the whole idea of this. Now read the para and understand. ये पूरा gist है what I have made you written right now. अब इसमें कौन कौन सी चीजें आपको नहीं समझ आ रही हैं? जैसे फॉर्ड ब्रेक आपको समझ में नहीं आ रहा होगा बिकॉज मोर टफ लैंग्वेज हैज बीन यूज्ड लाइक क्रेटॉन. प्लीज उसको छोड़ दीजिए एंड फोकस ऑन द थिंग्स व्हिच यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड इन दिस. कितना समझ आ रहा है पढ़ के? आ रहा है? कुछ टर्म्स आपको टफ लग रहे हैं, कुछ जैसे 4 डिप लग रहा है, ठीक है, वो जियोमॉर्फोलॉजी में हम करेंगे। और ठीक है, डन। राइट डाउन। Now write down physiographic division of Great Plains of India. Physiographic divisions of Great Plains of India. Write down physiographic divisions of Great Plains of India. Now this is your physiographic division. Can you see this? Right? What is here at the first part? This is your Bhabur. Then you have your Terai. This is what पहले आप relevance क्या देखेंगे? You have to see from the Himalayas. Himalayas से आ रहे हैं हम लोग, and then we are taking it like this. अगर आपका order में आता है that you have to arrange it in sequential order, then you should know. Your Bhabur comes first, your Terai comes later, then your Bhangar and your Khadar, right? And what is the difference between Bhabur, Terai, Bhangar and Khadar? That is also what you need to know. Okay, if I say that big blocks etc. formed in Bhabur, is it correct to say like that? Correct. In Terai में क्या होता है? What is the difference between Terai and Bhabur? Fine particles, and also the width of the Terai is lesser than the Bhabur. That is also one of it. Your Bhangar is known as the old alluvium. Khadar is known as a new alluvium. The color that the Bhangar is having is different than the Khadar. ठीक है, अभी सिर्फ ये नॉर्मली आपको बताया. देन नाउ वी विल डू द डिटेल में डिस्क्रिप्शन. भाबर प्लेन क्या होता है, तेराई ट्रैक क्या होता है, भांगर प्लेन्स क्या होता है, खादर प्लेन्स क्या होता है, एंड डेल्टा प्लेन्स क्या होता है. We will do that in a detailed manner. Write down physiographic division of the Great Plains of India. This can come as a question also, and you should know it very clearly. Physiographic division of the Great Plains of India. Great Plains of India are remarkably homogeneous. Great Plains of India are remarkably homogeneous. They are remarkably homogeneous. ठीक है. Surface within imperceptible slope. Within imperceptible slope. What is the meaning of imperceptible? Not recognizable with what? But it's very fine that you cannot able to feel it when you are on the plains, right? Imperceptible slope, full stop. In fact, they are featureless. Alluvial fertile plains. They are featureless alluvial fertile plains. They are featureless alluvial fertile plains. Write down. Formed mostly by depositional process. Formed mostly by depositional process of the Himalayan and Vindhyan rivers. Of Himalayans and Vindhyan river. Himalayan and Indian rivers. Write down next. These rivers deposit enormous quantity of sediments. These rivers deposit enormous. Can I just increase the temperature? Okay. I thought because of you, I didn't say you all. Increase या बंद कर दूं? ठीक. Why the temperature is so low in Delhi? बारिश और after geography के students, there was a meme which came. ये 5th October को people were asking बारिश कब आएगी, and then 6th October they were showing that they are layering themselves with the coat etc. इतना जल्दी आ गया, हमने पूछा और next day ही आ गया 6th October को. Do you know the reason why it has come so early? और and it's also because of the La Nina effect. आज ही मैं पढ़ रही थी कि La Nina के effect के लिए भी because of that also it has come so early. A previous it would be severe, yes, definitely. And they was telling that there would be shortages of lot of things. For example, geysers तो आप एक ही बार use चलाते हैं तो you don't have to buy it again and again. But there would be shortage of some of the things in the market, and then you have to stock it up. हाँ, एनर्जी लोड बहुत ज्यादा रहेगा एंड बहुत ज्यादा सीवियर बोल रहे थे कि अक्टूबर से लेके जब तक बहुत ज्यादा ही सीवियर आएगा. हाँ, कुछ भी नहीं था. हाँ राइट. और अभी इतना ज्यादा इन द मॉर्निंग यू कैन फील दैट इट्स लाइक अभी तो इट वुड हैव बीन लाइक इट वुड हैव टेकन नवंबर तक. ये जो आज आप फील कर रहे हो यू वुड हैव फेल्ट इट इन नवंबर के भी एंड में, दिवाली के बाद. इन दिल्ली वी अज्यूम दैट winters will come only after Diwali, और मतलब दिवाली पे तो because you have lot of crackers etc. तो इतना pollution होता है पटाखे, but after that we assume कि दिवाली winters आ जाना चाहिए. हाँ, टैप वाटर बहुत 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 ज्यादा. तो उसके उस पर्पज से तो काफी ज्यादा चेंजेस आ चुके हैं. पर ला नीना वाला मैं जो आर्टिकल पढ़ रही थी ज्योग्राफी के स्टूडेंट्स के लिए वो है क्यों आया है. ठीक है, नाउ राइट डाउन. Beyond the foothills, the river deposits. Beyond the foothills, the river deposit the alluvium in their floodplains. In their floodplains. Write down. The northern plains of India. Write down. The northern plains of India may be divided into following sub-regions. The northern plains of India may be divided into following sub-regions. Write down the first one, Bhabar Plain. Write down the first one, Bhabar Plains. Bhabar Plains. Write down. Location lies to the south of Shivalik. Location lies south of the Shivalik from west to east. From west to east. Second, its width is greater in the western plains than in the eastern plains in Assam. And we know the reason why. The width is greater in the western plains than in the eastern plains of Assam. Next point, its width measures 8 to 15 kilometer. That is the width of Bhabar Plains. Its width measures 8 to 15 kilometer. Next, what is the composition? कैसा composition मिलेगा उसमें? Gravels मिलेंगे बड़े बड़े. You will find the blocks. So write down composition and hyphen put. Next लिखेंगे composition and put a hyphen. Gravel and unassorted sediments. Gravel and unassorted sediments deposited by rivers. Deposited by rivers descending from Himalayan region. Descending from Himalayan region and Shivaliks. Descending from Himalayan regions and Shivaliks. Next point, due to high porosity. Porosity means it has a lot of gap so that water can go deep inside. That is called the porosity. Write down, due to high porosity, comma, small streams. Small, huh? That disappears, correct. Due to high porosity, comma, small streams disappear in this region, and only one river flows, only one river flows, which is evident, in the plains. देखिए, so these are the rivers which are coming from here, and what will happen, some of them will follow some distance, they will go to some distance and they will go then disappear. That is what I was telling, and some of the rivers will go and follow the track. ये है, and the width is about 15 to 20 kilometer. But what is the width of Terai, which we are going to write? It is up to 30 kilometer. So that is what. Now write down. अच्छा, पहले आप इसको पूरा कर लीजिए. It is unsuitable for crop cultivation. It is unsuitable for crop cultivation. It is unsuitable for crop cultivation. What type of tribes we can find? Gujars we can find here, because cultivation नहीं होगा तो क्या हो सकता है? At least आपका nomadic tribes आपके रह सकते हैं, या फिर some kind of posturing they can do. Write down. Inhabitants are largely cattle keeping Gujars. Inhabitants are largely cattle keeping Gujars. Next is Tarai track. This is your Tarai track. Write down. Location lies south to the Bhabar track. Location lies south to the Bhabar track. Location lies south to the Bhabar track, and it is 15 to 30 kilometer wide. 15 to 30 kilometer wide. 15 to 30 kilometer wide. Next, it is wider in the eastern plains of the Great Plains in Brahmaputra region. It is wider in the eastern plains. It is wider in the eastern parts. Sorry, you have to not write plains, parts. It is wider in the eastern parts of the Great Plains in Brahmaputra region due to high rainfall. Due to high rainfall. Next point. Next point. It is a zone of excessive dampness. It is a zone of excessive dampness, comma, thick forest, comma, rich wildlife, thick forest, rich wildlife, and marshy areas. Marshy areas. Where you can find the Terai track? You can find it in Uttarakhand, you can find it in Uttar Pradesh, right? Bihar also. Yes, Assam also. That is what? West Bengal. So these are some of the states. Write down these states. Write down Assam, West Bengal, Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand. Here we can find the Terai track. Write down the cultivated crops include sugar cane, comma, wheat, comma, maize, comma, oil seeds, comma, pulses, and fodder, FODDER, fodder. ठीक है. नेक्स्ट व्हाट अबाउट भांगर प्लेन्स? नेक्स्ट वी हैव इज भांगर. आप इसको यहीं पे याद कर लीजिए फॉर द प्रीलिम्स, अदरवाइज यू डोंट हैव टू learn it extra. So third is your bhangar. Write down. They represent the upland alluvial tracts. They represent the upland alluvial tracts of the great plains of the great plains of India. Of the great plains of India, formed by formed by older alluvium. Formed by older alluviums. Next point. The Bhangar formation were deposited during the Bhangar formation were, by the way, when the this Great Plains have been formed, in which period? Post tertiary. What is that period? No, quaternary कहाँ से आ गया? It is a Pleistocene period. ठीक है, Pleistocene period याद रखना. Write down. The Bhangar formation was deposited during, in fact, whole northern plains. You can write Pleistocene. Okay, I'm making you write that point. The Bhangar formation were deposited during middle Pleistocene period. Middle. अब Pleistocene में भी बहुत parts divided है, but again I'll tell you there is no point wasting your time in geological time periods. Just two important one: Precambrian Aravalli, your tertiary. आप ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा ग्रेटर हिमालयस देख सकते हैं, ईओसीन पीरियड, योर मिडिल हिमालयस आपका ईओसीन, देन योर प्लियोसीन, योर शिवालिक्स, दिस यू कैन डू. फिर आप कुछ मेजर वन कर सकते हैं, फॉर एग्जांपल पेनिनसुलर प्लेटूज, क्रिस्टेशियस, ये सब थोड़ा बहुत आप कर सकते हैं, पर ज़्यादा नहीं. यो गोंडवाना आपका है अलग से. बस आपका एक टेबल, यू कैन रेफर टू वन टेबल, आपको कहीं भी गूगल पे भी मिल जाएगा, या फिर डोंट गो फॉर दैट थिंग जो आपका एनसीईआरटी में दिया हुआ है ना अलग से जियोलॉजिकल पीरियड, मत करिए, इतना ज़्यादा रिक्वायर्ड है नहीं. ठीक है. नेक्स्ट इज what is what I have made you write Pleistocene period, right? And it lies above the flood limits of the and it lies above flood limits of the rivers, and it lies above flood limits of the rivers. Next point. Its soil is dark in color, comma. Its soil is dark in color, comma. Rich in humus, rich in humus content, and productive. And productive. Its soil is dark in color, comma, rich in humus content, and productive. Full stop. It contains nodules of impure. It contains nodules of impure calcium carbonate. Calcium carbonate. It contains it contains nodules of impure calcium carbonate or concur. You can also call it as concur. Next point. In relatively drier areas, in relatively drier areas, comma, the bhangar also exhibits in, write down, in relatively drier areas, comma, the bhangar also exhibits small tracts of saline and alkaline properties known as REH, REH, ray, comma, color, और थुर. What is this? जब आप saline soils पढ़ते हैं या alkaline soils पढ़ते हैं, तो उसमें आप लिखा होता है कि saline soils somewhere are also known as ray or they are known as kulur. These are some of the other names of saline soils. अभी जब आप soils पढ़ेंगे then you can understand. पर ये बहुत ही normal point है that you can also understand right here that what these soils are known as in different parts. ये उनके local names हैं. तो पूछ लिया जाता है the ray soil is which is a synonym of, or basically it's also referred to as what? It's a alluvial soil or what kind of black soil. So it is important to note this is ray, color and thur, which are the local names. What is the difference between alkaline and saline soils basically, and which one is more basic? What is the saline? What is the basicity of saline soils? What is the difference that you can spot in arids? Your, huh? एरिड सॉइल्स में और सलाइन सॉइल में क्या क्या डिफरेंस है? ओके, दैट मीन्स नहीं, सॉल्ट कंटेंट अलग है आपका. आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट पीएच. मुझे बेसिसिटी किसका ज्यादा है? ओके, एंड व्हाट अबाउट दैट? व्हाट इज द कलर ऑफ सलाइन सॉइल? द कलर ऑफ सलाइन सॉइल इज ऑलमोस्ट व्हाइट, बट एरिड सॉइल्स आर ब्रिक कलर के होते हैं. ठीक है, जब आप कल मैंने आपको कोई रीजन मार्क करवाया था विच वॉज रन ऑफ कच्छ. पूरा रन ऑफ कच्छ आपका सर क्रीक वाला एरिया है, स्पेशली वो सर क्रीक वाला एरिया पूरा वाइटिश दिखता है आपको. क्यों दिखता है? क्योंकि सलाइन सॉइल्स में क्या होता है, एक एक्शन होता है विच वी कॉल इट एज कैपिलरी एक्शन बिकॉज ऑफ द सॉल्ट्स. वो आप अलग से हम पढ़ेंगे उसके बारे में बहुत डिटेल, मतलब इतना टफ नहीं है. एंड देन द कलर इज वाइट. और एरिड का क्या होता है विच इज ब्राउनिश. दे आर कंसिस्टिंग ऑफ व्हाट? सैंड पार्टिकल्स. और ये भी ऑलमोस्ट इनका भी पार्टिकल सेम ही होता है. ठीक है, so this is what some of the differences that we will note. Next point is bhangar is generally well drained and most productive. Bhangar is generally well drained and most productive land of the Great Plains of India. Most productive land of the Great Plains of India. Next point, Bhangar deposits have fossils of elephants, horses, etc. So अब तक भापर, तेराई और भांगर में विच वन इज मोस्ट प्रोडक्टिव? भांगर, उसके बाद तेराई एंड देन लास्ट योर भाबर. खादर भी किया नहीं, तो खादर भी होते हैं. करेक्ट, अभी कर रहे हैं. राइट, सो खादर प्लेन्स आर व्हाट? दे आर न्यू एलिवियन. राइट डाउन खादर प्लेन्स. खादर प्लेन्स और उसके बाद लिखेंगे द न्यू एलिवियन ट्रैक्ट्स along the courses of river. खादर प्लेन्स में लिखेंगे the new alluvium tracts along the courses of rivers are known as khadar or wetlands. Are known as khadar or wetlands. Next point, tracts are enriched by fresh deposits of silt. Tracts are enriched by fresh deposits of silt every year during rainy season. Every year during rainy season. Next point, khadar land consists of sand, clay, mud. Write down. The region is The region is important for the cultivation of sugarcane, rice, wheat, maize, oil seeds, legumes, and fodder crops. Right on the last part, which is delta plains. Write down the last part, which is delta plains. Write down. The deltaic plain is an extension of the deltaic plain an extension of Fatherland. And it covers about 1.9 square kilometer. 1.9 square kilometer. Oh, yes, lakh. 1.9 lakh square kilometer of area in the lower reaches of Ganga River. Where the deltas are found? They are found at the mouth. If it's go by the definition of delta, what is the definition of delta? It's a peninsula basically. It's a triangular shape. The shape is what? Triangular. A triangular shape hoga to where it will form? Always at the mouth. In lot of NCRTs का जो explanation है या फिर in lot of your prelims के questions का जो आपका आता है in that जो असाइनमेंट क्वेश्चंस होते हैं उसमें लिखा होता है कि डेल्टास कहीं पे भी बन सकते हैं. नो, डेल्टास हैज टू बी फॉर्म्ड एट द border only, at the mouth of the river always. What is the difference between estuary and deltas? बहुत बहुत कंफ्यूजन होता है. ओके, पार्शियली करेक्ट हो पर थोड़ा सा कंसेप्चुअल क्लैरिटी यहाँ पे मिस हो रहा है. आप बताओ. नहीं पता? तो यू वर देयर इन द क्लास ना पहले वाले में? देयर आई हैव डिस्कस्ड ना रिवर सिस्टम्स. आप राहुल? करेक्ट. हाँ, सॉल्ट वाटर. देयर इज अ डिफरेंस बिटवीन. सो डेल्टास में क्या होगा? देखिए, डेल्टास आर बेसिकली और डेल्टास में यहाँ पे यू विल हैव अ डिपोजिशन. यहाँ पे डिपोजिशन हो रहा है. यहाँ पे आपका रिवर आके स्टॉप हो जाएगा एंड यहाँ से आपका ओशन स्टार्ट होगा. So there is a difference, and then here you can draw. There is a clear demarcation that you can see. But estuary में ऐसा नहीं होता. For example, estuary तब भी बन सकती है जब आपका हाई टाइड आ जाए. केस में भी हो सकता है because this can come under the ocean then, and then this can mix up. अब ये क्या चला गया? डेल्टा नीचे चला गया. You cannot spot the delta on the land, and when it goes down, that means this ocean water and river is getting what? Mixed up. So when it's getting mixed up, this is known as estuary. You cannot spot the land. It is under beneath the ocean, beneath the sea. Write down. It is an area of deposition. It is an area of deposition as the river flows in this track. As the river flows in this track sluggishly, sluggishly, sluggishly. Sluggish से मतलब पता है आपको? बहुत धीरे धीरे. Very good. बहुत slow. Write down. The deltaic plain consists mainly of old mud, new mud, and marsh. Write down. In the delta region, the uplands. In the delta region, the uplands are called chars. 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 किसको बोल रहे हैं ये लोग चार्स? Uplands को, right? The delta region, the uplands are called chars, while the marshy areas are called bills. BILS. ऐसे भी फॉर्म्स में आ सकता है. Then they can give you 50 words में you have to explain the chars and bills. And then आप कंफ्यूज हो जाएंगे अगर आपने नहीं पढ़ा होगा तो. How many of you knew in this time जब आपने पेपर देखा, you knew all of them, जो भी जितने भी है ना? तो how what was your reaction जब आपने पेपर 2 देखा? हाँ, इग्नोर किया. हाँ हाँ. करेक्ट करेक्ट. तो यू स्विच टू हाँ अदर पार्ट्स. ओके, तो उसमें से कुछ आते थे आपको? हाँ, ऋषिकुल्य रिवर. उसके बाद में और 2-3 आपको आते थे. उसके बाद आपको फिर लगा कि नो यू वोंट बी. ठीक है, बट द पॉइंट इज हाँ दे वर वेरी न्यू. एंड ऑल्सो उसके लिए भी मेरे को स्ट्रैटेजी फिगर आउट करना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि जो चीज नहीं है वो सबके लिए नहीं है. दैट मीन्स जो चीज स्टैटिक है उसको हम पहले करेंगे. दैट इज ऑल्सो स्ट्रैटेजी. क्योंकि बहुत बार जब मैंने भी पेपर देखा था, पेपर 2 वाला, आई ऑल्सो थॉट कि आई थिंक मैक्सिमम पीपल वोंट बी नोइंग दिस नेम्स. बहुत सारे ऐसे नेम्स थे और पॉसिबल भी नहीं है किसी को पता होना. मतलब जो आपके लिए टफ है बाकियों के लिए भी टफ है. दैट इज गुड आइडिया दैट यू हैव टू स्विच. जैसे हम प्रीलिम्स में करते हैं that we quickly move to another question, वैसे ही. वही तब बिल्कुल तभी मैंने सोचा कि what is the way out. The only way out is जब आप पढ़ रहे हो तब आप छोटी छोटी चीजें जैसे बिल्स, आई एम टेलिंग यू, कयाक्स का जैसे मैंने आपको क्वेश्चन दिया था, दैट वाज वही माइंड में रख के मैंने आपको क्वेश्चन दिया है कि अगर कभी आपका फ्यूचर में अगर यू हैव टू गिव एग्जाम तो यू शुड नो कि छोटी छोटी जो पॉइंट्स क्या है. दैट इज ऑल्सो ट्रू कि न्यूज़पेपर में भी यू कैन फाइंड इट आउट. हाँ, लोकेशन करेक्ट. और लोकेशन मार्क करने के लिए भी था, तो वो भी फिर एक पॉइंट बन जाता है. हाँ, लेकिन जैसे आपको ये पेपर कुछ जैसे हम कयाक्स का कल पढ़ रहे थे, इट इज वन ऑफ द स्पोर्ट्स आल्सो इन केरला, कयाक्स. ठीक है, तो हम लोग क्या कर सकते हैं, देन केरला यू शुड नो व्हाइल मार्किंग. नहीं पता होगा तो देन इट्स लाइक you won't be able to get. Next is that's all for the delta plains. तो जैसे हम लोगों ने डिवाइड किया है this thing, you can see this difference also here. It is an old alluvium. It is a new alluvium. Somebody wants to take it down, then they can. It's a course less fertile, not more. अगर कोई point है जो miss कर दिया है या फिर आपको लग रहा है add करना है, so you can add from here. It is more, yes, definitely, because it's correct. It lies because it's just near to the floods, your river course. जो आपका रिवर कोर्सेस के जो पास वाला एरिया है यही आपका खादर है, तभी तो वो न्यू एल्यूवियम बना पाता है. No, they are fertile. हाँ, total हाँ production because they have been impacted by the floods also lot of times, and then you cannot decide when and how. करेक्ट. सो क्या होता है कि यूजुअली जो एरियाज होते हैं विच आर अंडर द वाटर लॉट ऑफ टाइम, अभी जो आपका फ्लड आया पंजाब में, सो क्या कौन से रीजन्स है वो, द रीजन्स आर मेजरली जो बहुत ज्यादा वही हैं, खदर एक्सेट्रा, वही सारे आपके रीजन्स हैं. एंड वी आर गोइंग टू डू दैट ऑल्सो. राइट डाउन meso regions of northern plains of India. Write down meso regions of northern plains of India. mesoregions of northern plains of India. Write down. On the basis of geoclimatic and topographical characteristics, on the basis of geoclimatic and topographical characteristics, comma, northern plains of India are divided into northern plains of India are divided into following four mesoregions. Following four mesoregions. First is plains of Rajasthan. First is plains of Rajasthan. Second is the Punjab Haryana plains. The Punjab Haryana plains. Punjab Haryana plains. Next one, the Ganga plains. Third is your Ganga plains. And fourth is your Brahmaputra plains. And fourth is your Brahmaputra plains. First, write down about the plains of Rajasthan. First, write down about the plains of Rajasthan. First, write down about the plains of Rajasthan. The plains of Rajasthan. लिखेंगे. They lie to the west of Aravallis and include. They lie to the west of Aravallis and include the Marusthali and Bagar of Marusthali and Bagar of Rajasthan. Marusthali and Bagar of Rajasthan. Full stop. The Rajasthan plains cover the total area of the Rajasthan plains cover the total area of 1,75,000 1,75,000 square kilometer. Square kilometer. Full stop. In the lower reaches of Luni River, in the lower reaches of Luni River, comma, this plain is only 20 meter above sea level. This plain is only 20 meter above sea level. Just give me a minute. Huh? इसी तो पानी के लिए पानी हाँ ये क्यों है ना माइक ऑन है ठंडा पानी डाल इसको खाली करके ठंडा क्या नाम हाँ इसको खाली करके ठंडा और somebody wants to go for water break etc they can have no problem नहीं है ठीक है राइट डाउन कहाँ पे थे हम लोग अभी प्लेन्स ऑफ राजस्थान पे ना लिखिए they lie to the west of Aravallis and include Marustali and लिख लिया okay above sea level okay right on a substantial part of this plain has been formed by the substantial part of this plain has been formed by the substantial part of the plain has been formed by recession of the sea as is evidenced by the presence of as is evident by the presence of saltwater lakes ब्रैकेट में लिखेंगे सांभर ब्रैकेट में लिखेंगे सांभर कॉमा देगाना DEGANA देगाना and bracket close write down Sambar Lake occupy an area of 300 square kilometer they occupy the area of 300 square kilometer during rainy season full stop that's it now move to the Punjab Haryana plains write down stretching over the area of 650 kilometer from North Sea to Southwest, from northeast to southwest, stretching over an area of 650 kilometer northeast 650 kilometer from northeast to southwest and 300 kilometer from west to east, comma the Punjab Haryana plains is an aggradational plain. Now you are familiar with the word aggradational plain, comma deposited by Satluj, Bias and Ravi river. Satluj, Bias and Ravi river. Write down. Do you remember this word came this time? I think इस बार आया था या फिर previous time आया था in the explanation part. बहुत familiar, बहुत ज़्यादा common है, बहुत बार repeat होता है ये, right? Now write down The general direction of the slope is from northeast to southwest, and the main topographical features the main topographical features of Punjab Haryana plains are bluff, BLUFFS, bluff, known as Dhaya, 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 and Khadar belts known as BET, BET, known as BET. Write down. ये सारे वर्ड्स अंडरलाइन करने हैं. धैया, DHAY. दिस इज योर टास्क टुडे. कल जैसे मैंने आपको असाइनमेंट में टास्क दिया था, जैसे आज का इंडियन ज्योग्राफी का आपका टास्क है, यू हैव टू राइट अबाउट DHAY, ये धैया. You have to write about BET, BET. There is some other term also which has come इससे पहले. हाँ, 4D नहीं, इंडियन ज्योग्राफी के पर्सपेक्टिव से मैं सोच रही हूँ. जैसे आपका रेह थर कुलर, you should know. Reh, color and thur has come. Write down Reh, REH. Then write down about cooler. Write down about chars and bills, CHARS, जो हमें डेल्टा में करा है, chars and bills, BILS. And last write down about CHOS. I'll make you write about CHOS, पर आपको असाइनमेंट में करना है. 50 words करने हैं सबके, ठीक है? You have to write 50 words of all of them. Write down. The undulating topography south of Shivaliks. The undulating topography south of Shivaliks is adversely affected by erosion, caused by seasonal streams known as CHOS, known as COS. क्या मतलब है इसका? Undulating topography का क्या मतलब होता है? या फिर undulating rivers भी यूज होता है. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by undulation? Rugged and मतलब ऊपर नीचे, ऊपर खाबर types in Hindi you call it as. So south of Shivalik is adversely affected by erosion. Erosion keeps on happening there, caused by the seasonal streams, right? This is because of the streams only, on and off. Monsoon आ रहा है, जा रहा है, and then you are having this. Locally इसको क्या बोलते हैं हम? COS, CHOS. ठीक है? Locally इसको कुछ और बोला जाता होगा, तो I do not know right now. From the English, this is the word. Now write down. The southwestern parts of the Punjab Haryana plains are sandy, and are characterized by shifting sand dunes. Full stop. Satluj, Bias are only perennial rivers. Satluj, Bias are only perennial rivers. Write down. Then Ganga plains. Write down Ganga plains. Write down. The Ganga plains lie between Yamuna catchment in the west Okay, write down. Ganga plains lie between the Yamuna catchment in the west to the Bangladesh border in the east. Full stop. It is about 1400 km from west to east, and width is 300 km. तो गंगा प्लेन्स कौन कौन से आपके एरिया में है? That is in your Roorkee area, in your Agra, then it's your Kanpur, Allahabad, Patna, Kolkata. You can write such names, write down. They are found in the areas like Roorkee, Agra, Allahabad, Patna, Kolkata, and Sagar Island. Right on, the Ganga plains can be subdivided into following subregions. The Ganga plains can be subdivided into following subregions. पहले लिखेंगे अपर गंगा प्लेन, अपर गंगा प्लेन, हम इसको क्या बोलते हैं? व्हाट इज इंक्लूडेड इन दैट? हाँ, और गंगा यमुना द्योब, राइट? द अपर गंगा प्लेन इंक्लूड्स गंगा यमुना दोआब and parts of Agra division ये आपका अपर गंगा दोआब है, ये दिस वन. देन योर मिडिल गंगा की भी इंक्लूड हो जाएगा थोड़ा अपर में. देन योर so this is how they have been divided. इतना डिटेल में आता नहीं गंगा प्लेन्स के बारे में कि गंगा प्लेन्स को आपको एक्सप्लेन करना है. आई एम जस्ट एक्सप्लेनिंग फॉर योर ओन अंडरस्टैंडिंग. Right on, the upper Ganga plains, I'm just repeating, includes Ganga, Yamuna, Doab, and parts of Agra division. Write down, a unique feature of Ganga and Yamuna, the unique feature of you have to cut this line, just wait. A unique feature of upper Ganga plain, write down instead of that, upper Ganga plain is the presence of Bhur, Bhur, is the presence of Bhur. These are what? Your sandy deposits. Bracket में लिखेंगे sandy deposits. Write down. This area is traversed by Kali and Sharda river. This area is traversed by TRAVERSED, traversed by Kali and Sharda rivers. What we can have as a in the terms of the cereals, what can be produced here? Your sugar cane, your wheat, your rice. लिख लीजिए, please write down the examples. Sugar cane, rice, wheat, maize, pulses, mustard, fodder, vegetables. Next लिखिए middle Ganga plains. Write down middle Ganga plains. They will include what? Central and eastern Uttar Pradesh. Write down. They include West Central and Eastern Uttar Pradesh and Bihar plains up to Muzaffarpur and Patna. Up to Muzaffarpur and Patna. Write down. In the north, it is bounded by Shivaliks along the Indo-Nepal border. Along the Indo-Nepal border. It has thick alluvial deposits. It has thick alluvial deposits with less concur, Kankar, concur formation. Next point, the region is homogeneous and featureless. And one can also find Oxbow Lake, Oxbow. I hope that you know what is Oxbow Lake. कैसे फॉर्म होता है? Through the meandering of the rivers. ठीक है? Comma Chuars, Chaurs. Chuars are your marshy lands. Bracket में लिखेंगे marshy lands. Next, write down about Lower Ganga Plains. Next, write down about Lower Ganga Plains. Next, write down about Lower Ganga Plains. The Lower Ganga Plains extends from Patna in the west and the foot of Darjeeling Himalayas in the north to the Bay of Bengal in the south. Right down. In the lower part of the Lower Ganga Plain, in the lower part of the Lower Ganga Plain is the Sundarban Delta. Is the Sundarban Delta. Have you heard of this Rahar Plain? H-A-H-A-H-A-H-R. This is a part of this plain only. ठीक है? Just telling you so that you should not be unaware of the facts. What is Rahar? इसी के अंदर Rahar Plain लिख लो, which is a part of the Lower Ganga Plain. लिख लीजिए. Lying to the east of Chota Nagpur Plateau, it is a part of Lower Ganga Plains. That's it. या फिर that's it. इतना ही काफी है. Then quickly go to Brahmaputra Plains. Quickly we'll write about Brahmaputra Plains. हमने एक point miss कर दिया. I think we have not done the significance of peninsular plateaus. Have we done that? Significance miss कर दिया हमने, I guess. Right? कोई बात नहीं. In the next class we'll cover it up. Write down Brahmaputra Plains. It's a very important part of the plain. It is the eastern part of the Great Plains of India. Write down. It is the eastern part of the Great Plains of India. It is the eastern part of the Great Plains of India. It is about, write down, it is about 720 kilometer and about 80 kilometer wide. It is about 720 kilometer long and 80 kilometer wide. Full stop. The region is surrounded by high mountains. The region is surrounded by high mountains on all the sides. The region is surrounded by high mountains on all the sides. Write down. Full stop. The general altitude of the Brahmaputra plain. The general altitude of the Brahmaputra plain varies between 130 meter in the east to only 30 meters in the west. $30 in the west. That's it, and it's famous for rice and jute crop production. You can write it is important for the rice and jute production. Now, in 5 minutes, you have to write the importance of Great Plains of India. What importance you can figure it out. रफ में लिख लीजिए कुछ points और मुझे बताइए कि what you can tell me about the features of Great Plains of India. Significance. Rahul, you have to write on paper. Why are you writing on hand? You have paper already with you. Okay, so ma'am, since the Great Plains of India are very fertile, does they support dense population? Also, it is infrastructure is suitable. Yes, that is true. That is true. What about you, Ishan? ठीक है. So I'll be giving you dictating you some of the points that you can अगर आपने ऐड किया है तो well and good नहीं किया तो ऐड कर लेना ठीक है. So I'm starting with the significance of agriculture. It's most fertile. सबने लिखा होगा ये बात. When not only for the cereal crops, also for the non-cereal crops. Done. And we also call it as granary of India. You can write down this point that it is known as a granary of India. यही लिखा है आपने तो. Oh, great. Lot of people don't write such terms, and it's very important. First, second is most of the rivers traversing the northern plains of India are perennial in nature, and then number of canals have been carved out of this. जो canals आपका it helps in lot of irrigation process. Next is your northern plains have rich underground water table, which is also fine through the tube wells and pumping sets. Next, the river of the plain is very gentle gradient, have a gentle gradient which makes it best for the navigable over, makes them navigable over the long distances. You can go and you can carve out any kind of a road infrastructure, etc. in these areas. Expressways can be carved out very easily, right? Next is development, and it's very interconnected also between the cities. The development of infrastructure like roads, railways could become easy. Then sedimentary rocks of the plains have petroleum and natural gas deposits. Next, the plain constitute less than 1/3 of the total area of the country, but supports 40% of the total population of the country. 1/3 area है, but support कितना कर रहा है? Huge number, 40%. The plains have witnessed several religious, political, cultural, social movements since the history, and some of the great religions of the world like Hinduism, Buddhism, Sikhism has been originating on this plain. That's all about the plains. And next we'll start with your Andaman. Andamans and Lakshadweep will do in detail because this time these areas are more important with respect to current affairs. This has been in news and we cannot skip the current affairs along with that. Okay, we have to do. So I have given the assignment to you. Apart from the कुछ और हमने डिस्कस किया है असाइनमेंट के अलावा नहीं, ठीक है. नेक्स्ट वीक बिफोर दिवाली, मंडे यू हैव दिवाली, उससे पहले सैटरडे को हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू विल बी कमिंग, या फिर अपने होम टाउन से अब जा रहे हैं क्या दिवाली से पहले? आप नहीं, ठीक है. यू विल गिव एग्जामिनेशन थ्रू मे बी थ्रू पोर्टल, एंड कैन कम हियर ऑल्सो. अगर आप आ सकते हैं तो वो सबसे बेस्ट बात है कि सैटरडे को आप यू कैन कम एंड गिव एग्जाम. ठीक है. यस, ओके, आई चेक. Rahul, raise yours. Tanishka, you can mail me your test papers, I mean assignments, not test papers. I'm talking about assignment that I've given. Ishan, you can also mail me. Done. Okay, so what test I'll be taking of yours? Topic जो सबके लिए relevant है. Ishan has just joined. So Ishan, your I won't be taking your test. So आप अभी के लिए you can be free this week. Population settlement में नहीं आए थे ईशान, आई गेस जो लास्ट के क्लासेस में आए थे. हाँ, इंडियन ज्योग्राफी अभी तो अभी स्टार्ट हुआ है. लेट मी कंप्लीट वन टॉपिक. फिजियोग्राफी भी कंप्लीट नहीं हुआ अभी तो. हाँ, पॉपुलेशन सेटलमेंट में करते, ठीक है, पूरा रिवाइज कर लोगे. आई एम गिविंग यू 1 वीक्स टाइम एंड देन सैटरडे वी विल हैव द टेस्ट. डन. पॉपुलेशन सेटलमेंट इज डन. ओके, थैंक यू सो मच क्लास.